Varsity Media is the tri-state area's leader in sports media production. We specialize in live streaming.
Gargiulo over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. And Ciolino. See you later. Touchdown, Massapequa.
Videography. And photography. Covering all sports at all levels. We feature aerial photography and videography, college recruiting videos, live streaming of games.
Top of the key, Smith, why not? Wow. Bang! McKee, first down and more! Charlie McKee! Touchdown, Oceanside!
School events, graduations. Varsity Media is available to cover a game, a tournament, a season, or any special event.
Talk to us a little bit about what went through your mind, how you prepared for that to run such a fast speed.
Currently, spectators are limited at events. Let Varsity Media bring the event to your fans. Contact Varsity Media today for more information. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050.
Welcome to Warren King Field on the campus of Garden City High School, where this afternoon it's a League One crossover showdown featuring the visiting Dalers of Farmingdale coming in with a 2-0 record against the host Trojans of Garden City with an 0-1 mark. Good afternoon, everyone. Dylan Butler here. We're so grateful that you're able to join us here for this matchup of two powerhouses in their respective conferences. Of course, Farmingdale in Conference A, where they battle the likes of Massapequa and Syosset, and Port Washington as well, the team that we just saw defeat Garden City in the Trojans opener on Friday night. Garden City, of course, in the Bs, where they will battle this year with Cary and Southside for supremacy. Manhasset down in the C, so that traditional rivalry will only happen once in the Woodstick. They're not battling for a conference or a county title this year, but on either rate, this is a matchup of two teams certainly right now looking at different starts of the year. We mentioned that loss for Garden City, 11-8 to Port Washington, and the Dalers 2-0 in the season. We had their game against Cary, a 10-6 win. They followed that up with an 8-6 win over Calhoun. The starting lineups we'll look at now for both teams. First for the visitors from Farmingdale, and again the Dalers 2-0 on the season. And there you see their attack line of Becker, Woodland, and Hickes. Decker, Ciaccio, Capacati as well. Face-off man is Al Medina, and an all-football close D of Lembo, Biello, and Ramos. In the cage is Danny Seaman, the St. John's bound junior. For Garden City, the Trojans, coached by Steve Fennell in his 15th season, Here are their starters for today. You've got Connolly, Engelke, and Downey up front. A first midfield line of Seal, Schmidt, and O'Connor. Close D of Costello, Staub, and Kephart. Quinn is in the cage, and Cascadin is at the face-off X. Our impact players today are our goalies, and we just mentioned for Garden City, it is Drew Quinn, the senior Vassar commit. Had 7 saves in that opening day loss, but he was solid. He's looked good. He's just a lax guy. There's so many guys who are multiple sport guys. He is strictly a lax guy. Quick. He's a righty. Has looked good. Good command of the defense as well. And in the cage for Farmingdale, we mentioned a moment ago, it is Danny Seaman, the junior, St. John's commit. 19 saves on the year, 62% save percentage. His father, a New York City fireman. He wants to be a physician assistant. He's been up since 9th grade on Farmingdale's varsity. Now is his chance, though, to shine. We head to the face-off X. We're a bit of a change already for Farmingdale. It is Chaccio and Cascadin. The ball is tossed back. Ground ball picked up by Chaccio, so give him the face-off win. And first possession goes to the Dalers. So they make sure they get their right players on. The Kelly Green of Farmingdale. That's Tom Decker, 23. Senior Albany commit, 3 goals and an assist on this early season for Farmingdale. Back to Chaccio, the Stony Brook commit. Terrific two-sport athlete. We've got a lot of those football, lacrosse guys on both sides today. Chaccio switches fields, quick ball movement. Decker spins, works off the pick, crosses it, and there's the good-looking junior Woodland, the lefty. Long, lanky, 5 goals and 5 assists already. High expectations for Woodland. He's delivered in the early season. Back out top to Chaccio now. He's got the short pole in Pierce Archer, the short stick D midi, one of the captains of the Trojans. Quick ball movement. A step, nothing doing. Spin, dodge, overhead, shot, and a goal! What a rip by Tom Decker. And Farmingdale has got a 1-0 lead. What a fantastic shot by Decker. His 4th goal of the year. You see the dodge, the spin, and then the rifle to give Farmingdale the 1-0 lead. Unassisted goal for Decker. Let me go back to X. Chaccio. There was a question whether it would be a combination, whether it would be just Chaccio or Almadina. That's a straight win by Cascadin, and his shot is wide. Cascadin, we mentioned in the first game, not a Fogo. He's a guy who will play in the second midfield, although he will go on and ply this trade in college at Cornell. And with the new college rules, he's kind of perfectly set up to deal with that standing grip now where you don't have the kneel, that like bicep curl that you had to do previous. He's long and strong, and that will help him in that situation. So first opportunity offensively for Garden City, already trailing by 1. Bobby Seal. He had a really good first game. Seal gets right through the teeth of the defense, and he's tied the game at 1. Seal, one of the captains, a terrific soccer player. You see him again, just gets the pass and just works his way right through. Connolly gave him the pass, not an assist, though, because of the way that he had to barrel through. And here we see the switch for Farmingdale with Almadina, 50% on the year from the face-off X. Also a switch. Oh, no, it's Cascadin again. So Two straight for Kaskadin. He goes to the cage. Seaman makes the save. Ground ball picked up. Woodland wisely backs up. And now Farmingdale will look to respond. 1-1 the score. Early goings here at Warren King Field. Dylan Butler, we thank you for joining us here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Kyle Wilson is 7. Ciaccio looks to dodge. His pass intercepted, ground ball. Popped up in the air, still loose. It's pushed over, but it'll stay with Farmingdale. As Costello was unable to pick up the GB. Ciaccio, we figured would be limited early on in the season, has been dealing with a hamstring issue from the football season, and you certainly don't need to tell Steve Fennell, the Garden City coach, about injuries off the football season. He's got a plethora of them. Low shot, eaten up there. Again, the Poles do some work. But can they scoop up the GB? A rugby scrum. And it will stay with Farmingdale. That's Colton Becker, the senior, bound for Oneonta. And it goes back to Ciaccio, wearing that special 40 jersey. We'll talk more about that as we go along. Steve DiCarlo, he's a guy who's banged up in the preseason, feeling much better now, and should provide a good jolt to this attack. Little stutter step behind the cage, spins, looks for options. Goes across the way, low shot, and there's a save. The attempt was by Woodland, and the save made by Quinn. GC looks to clear. And they get across. It's their second, or a mix right now, of their first and second unit. 27 is Stevie Fennell, head coach's son. And there goes Jack Downey. Hands off, and there's Seal, the goal scorer. Seal had 1 goal and 3 assists in that season opening 11-8 loss to Port Washington. Look at this dodge from up top. Sidearm shot, that's wide. The attempt by Connolly. The Skidmore commit had 2 goals and 1 assist in that loss to Port Washington. Here's another look at that previous possession for Farmingdale, and the save that we'll see. Low shot. Seeing it all the way was Quinn for his first save of the game. Quick moving first quarter. Ground ball. And that goes to the Dalers. Kyle Wilson. Quick outlet. The Dalers look to go unsettled. And no, looks like they'll slow it up here. That's one of the differences this year in Farmingdale. Previously, they were just run and gun. Let's go 100 miles an hour. Their head coach, Mike Hungerford, would even say we were a bit reckless at times, but they were looking to win these 17-16 games. He doesn't have that personnel this year. So offensively, a bit of a change where they're going to look to be more possession-oriented, look to grind out possessions. We've seen that early on as well. And Garden City, a team traditionally that does that as well. When we spoke to Hungerford about that change, we asked him, kind of Garden City like? He said, yeah, no, that's not a bad comparison. He also likens them to their biggest rivals, Massapequa, in that sense. Ciaccio. He'll jog his way to X, where he's marked closely there by Pierce Archer. Tries to spin on Archer. Archer doesn't give him anywhere to go. Good job by the Poles getting the stick up in the passing lane. Ball scooped up, though, by Decker. Hands off to Ciaccio. Chaccio again, double comes. Extra pass. Sidearm shot, and that goes wide. The attempt by Decker. Good recognition by the Dalers. When the double came to Chaccio, there was an extra man. Certainly they located that extra man in Decker, but the attempt was wide of the target. Under 5 left, first quarter. 1-1 the score. Chaccio on Archer. That should be a fun matchup throughout. 2 standouts as well on the gridiron. Decker to Woodland. Woodland thinks about it. And again, pushes it back out. You're always going to be in a situation where you'll have, especially I think for a team like Farmingdale, a quality attacking player who will draw the short stick, and you want to try to capitalize on those matchups. And that's where Chaccio is, but Archer is certainly one of the better short stick D middies in Nassau County. A couple jab steps and backing up. Ball on the turf, picked up. That was Staub who came away with it, out to Archer, and Garden City looks to clear. Archer, another one of the captains. Now it's unsettled. Seal tries to get the ball right back. Unable to. We've got a flag down. So a first delayed penalty. We've also got bodies down on the far side. Ball work to X. Absorbing the check, firing. And that shot goes wide. We've got our first man-up opportunity. And it will be a 1-minute variety. Let's see if we have a look at the infraction. Yeah, I think it was right there. That shoulder barge, if you will. So it is a 1-minute penalty and against Lembo. So first man-up opportunity for Garden City. Step down shot wide. Seaman came well off his line trying to be that last or the closest to the ball. Seal. Nice pass down low. Good job there by Ramos. One of the better close D in the county. Quick movement. 24 seconds left, and they don't need any additional time. There's the man-up goal. And it was scored by Ryan Connolly. There you see the ball movement. The extra passes, and Connolly, a good-looking shot. So he gets the man-up goal. Connolly's third goal of the season. Garden City has won 2 of the 3 face-offs to this point and make it another win. And again, a little bit of a switch there. It was Cascadon. Usually that was Griffin Menudo, the Muhlenberg-bound senior. So it's now 3 of 4. And that's going to be a point of contention, I think, especially when you've got a guy like Cascadon who's now in as part of this second midfield unit, is that Farmingdale, you know, look, they realize that they're going up against one of the better face-off guys in really on Long Island and Cascadon. So how do you respond to that? Well, it's by getting the ball in other ways, and that's about riding when they can. It's about clearing the ball as well. You want to get as many possessions as you can, especially if you're not going to get them off the face-off. Under 2 left, first quarter. Dalers jumped out 1-0. It's been back-to-back goals now for GC. Trying to get the inside track was Downey. They've got to back it back out And Cascadin goes up top. They'll look to dodge from there. Pass down low, and that was off the mark. A turnover for Garden City. And now the Dalers will look to clear. It's Anthony Bolello, the Binghamton-bound junior. Gets it to Nick Biscardi, one of those role-playing seniors. Hands it off to Tomas Ramos, Lorenzo's younger brother. And they'll go back up. Under a minute left now, first quarter. Chachio's got it. And when Chachio has the ball, you know that Pierce Archer isn't too far away. Chachio looks for options. By the looks of it, most likely the Dalers will hold here for the last opportunity of this first quarter. It's Chachio. Gets the cross-check by Archer. Beats him there. Oh, it's a shot and a save. Good save by Quinn. His second of this first quarter. 12 seconds left. The Dalers, not a team that's used to hurrying up, but they've got to do so here. Step down, bouncer. That goes wide of the mark. Tommy Decker with that shot. 5.2. Still plenty of time here for a chance. And that errant pass from X by Becker. It'll go all the way out. Harmlessly on the other side of the field. So good response here by the Trojans. They fell behind 1-0 as the Dalers took advantage of some early play. It looked like that was actually the bar, right, or the post. But the Trojans, good response, and they've got back-to-back goals and a 2-1 lead after one. We'll take a quick break. Second quarter coming up right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Now is the time to promote your business on our broadcasts.
Now Farmingdale will fire and find the back of the net.
Top of the key, 4-3, good.
With viewership in the thousands, your company will get the local attention it needs. Best of all, we offer affordable rates. High school sports online audiences are growing. Take advantage by advertising with Varsity Media.
Hands off, three-point shot is up and in. You back them back 3 yards, it doesn't matter. Touchdown, Freeport.
Contact us today, 516-403-2050, varsitymedia.net.
We welcome you back to Warren King Field on the campus of Garden City High School. Dylan Butler here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. We thank you for joining us, and there's a good look at the Garden City huddle, where somewhere in the middle of that is Steve Fennell in his 15th season as head coach, a 1991 graduate of Garden City High School. And since we couldn't find him, we made sure we got some B-roll from before the game. There you see Coach Fennell. Played for Mike Pressler at Duke, was a captain of that Duke squad in 1995. Then spent 2 years as a Duke assistant. In his second year, they went to the Final Four, which was the first time in the Duke's program history to do so. He went on and coached at Mepham for 2 years with John Campbell. He coached JV lacrosse here at Garden City with the late, great Tom Flatley and John Scorsia. And he was Doc Doherty's assistant from 2003 to 2006 before he became the head coach of this vaunted program. So we go to the face-off X. Garden City has won three, or did win three of the first four. And another change a little bit there for Farmingdale. It's CJ Mangio, the sophomore. He'll try his luck against Cascadin. Cascadon kicks it ahead. Ground ball scooped up, so another face-off win for Garden City. Their 4th of 5 face-offs. And the Trojans back on attack. They work the ball up top. Seal hands off as it's now Garden City going from left to right. Little two-man game behind the cage. Another errant pass out to midfield. Race to scoop up the ground ball. It's kicked ahead and over and back, so we'll go the other way. So Farmingdale looks to even the score. They jumped out to the quick 1-0 lead on Tom Decker's 4th goal of the year. Garden City responded with Bobby Seal's 2nd. And then Ryan Connolly on the man up, his 3rd goal of the year. That's our scoring to this point. Two teams that like to grind things out offensively, so we expect this certainly to be a low-scoring game. Ciaccio up top. And there's that matchup again with Archer. Wins the foot race, switches hands. Nice looking save there by our Garden City impact player, Drew Quinn. Another look. Ciaccio got the step on Archer, and watch him switch hands here. Goes to the backhand. And right back down the other side comes the Dalers and, come the Trojans. And Downey finishes there. Watch it again. Archer with the first pass. There's the second. Good last pass, right? You always want to make the extra pass. So it's 3-1 now for GC. For Downey, his 2nd goal of the season. 3 consecutive goals for Garden City. And another face-off win for the Trojans. They've gotten into quite a rhythm at X, and it's been obviously not just Cascadon, right? I mean, again, they just threw a different look again with Menudo, the senior, and he's also winning his face-offs. So this puts the pressure on the Dalers' defense. Now, if you're a Farmingdale fan, that's not the worst thing because this is probably the strength of your team this year. These 6 guys defending here. And your goalie, Danny Seaman. There's Stevie Fennell, the sophomore. Quick first step, beats his man, goes to X instead of the shot. There's the extra shot, and unable to get that ball down was Downey, and it sails well over the bar. Fennell puts it back into play. So many of these Garden City players part of that undefeated county championship football team. And as such, they've really had very, very limited lacrosse practice time. So, in fact, after this first game, they've had more opportunities to practice almost than they have in the entire quote-unquote preseason. There's a shot and a goal. A rifle from up top. That was Gerard O'Connor with the rip. And Garden City extending their lead. You can see it comes from X. There's the pass out. And the rip by O'Connor. His 2nd goal of the year, the lefty. Good shooter, good dodger. He'll go and play as lacrosse at Trinity on the next level. 4 unanswered goals now for Garden City. And it's been kind of a rinse and repeat formula, although this time Menudo went early, so the face-off win goes the way of Farmingdale and Mangio, and this puts some more pressure now on the Farmingdale attack, because they'll feel they'll need to have the response, especially with the way that Garden City is cooking offensively. Chacho, a 4-year varsity player. Hands the ball off to Stevie DiCarlo, the Geneseo commit. Goes back to Chacho. Takes a few steps back, tries to get some momentum. There's that foot race again. This time, Archer does a good job keeping Chacho in front of him, and it forces now Farmingdale to go the other way. And they'll look to dodge from up top. Here's DiCarlo. Chacho takes a step down, low shot, and look at Quinn just get the splits going. The shot was wide, but Quinn had that post covered. Another look. Because Chacho, it's a lot of work there to get that shot off. And another great job there by the Poles, and what a ground ball as well. Here come the Trojans. Pass, shot, goal! You've got to give a ton of credit to Brendan Staub. There you see him, 32. But it goes to Engelke, the goal. It was the caused turnover, the ground ball, and the assist to Staub. Engelke gets the goal, and we've got a timeout, and we will take it with Farmingdale as well. 5-1 is your score. Garden City leads Farmingdale. You're watching this League One crossover showdown on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Varsity Media is available to broadcast your team's big event. Rivalry game.
Off the screen.
3 ball is good. Senior night. Whatever the occasion, we enhance the viewing experience with our productions. Don't settle for a boring stream. Call today for more information about our services. 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
We welcome you back to Warren King Field. Dylan Butler here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. We wondered, not really wondered, I guess, but we were intrigued at what the response would be from Garden City off of that loss to Port Washington, that season opening loss. And then they fall behind 1-0, and the response has been a really, really good one from Steve Fennell's Trojans. They've got 5 unanswered goals, and this one was a beauty here. You can see Staub, the junior Cornell commit. We thought perhaps we'd get our first pole goal of the broadcast season, but Staub wisely handed the ball off to Engelke, his 3rd goal of the year. Tommy Engelke, last couple years, went golfing, was one of the standout golfers on the Garden City team, came back now, and he hasn't really missed a beat. Really cerebral player. Engelke is number 40. And he is the ex-attackman. Some questions now for the Dalers, and Mike Hungerford calling that timeout. They go back to the faceoff X. Again, it's not the 2 main guys. It's Mangio, the sophomore, against Menudo for Garden City. Trojans to this point dominating the faceoff X. They've won 5 of the 7 to this point. Menudo scoops it back. Ground ball is up for grabs. It's picked up. It looked like that was Staub. And right away, it was a timeout called by Garden City. So it's a wise one there with 6:58 left because, again, with the face-off win and how important those are, there's a look at the Dailers huddle. Again, they're 2-0 on the season. We had their season opening win against Cary, 10-6. They followed that up with an 8-6 win over Calhoun. In that game, Ryan Woodland had 3 goals and 4 assists. Tommy Decker, 3 goals and an assist. And Danny Seaman made 11 saves. Dailers next they stay on the road at part of this 4-game road trip. They go to Herrickson and Wheatley, and they've got a really good showdown with Southside, a team that we saw battle Syosset really down to the final buzzer before A.J. Alexander had the winner for the Braves. Braves right now, by the way, playing as well. And here's some of those highlights from Seaman in that first game. St. John's bound Danny Seaman making some terrific saves against Cary. Garden City, a bit of a tougher upcoming road, which makes this one even more important. They go to Massapequa on Wednesday, and then Saturday, it's the 135th installment of the Woodstick Classic. We'll be here for that as well. Manhasset and Garden City. Manhasset leads that series 75-61, a rivalry born in 1935. It was played every year from 1935 until last season when, of course, the pandemic forced the cancellation of the entire 2020 lacrosse season. Off the timeout, ball on the turf. Smeichel was going for it, and another ground ball won and picked up by Garden City. It's Downey. Steps in, and he'll trot right back out, and we've got a stoppage of play, and it was a timeout, apparently by Garden City. I don't know if Fennell thought that there was a timeout, but there was one regardless, and we'll take it with them as well. 6:34 left in this first half, and it's Garden City leading Farmingdale 5-1. You're watching this League One crossover game on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Now is the time to promote your business on our broadcasts.
Now Farmingdale will fire and find the back of the net.
Top of the key, 4-3, good.
With viewership in the thousands, your company will get the local attention it needs. Best of all, we offer affordable rates. High school sports online audiences are growing. Take advantage by advertising with Varsity Media.
Hands off, 3-point shot is up and in. You back them back 3 yards, it doesn't matter. Touchdown, Freeport.
Contact us today, 516-403-2050, varsitymedia.net.
Welcome back to Garden City. There's a good look at Bobby Seal. While most of this team are football and lacrosse players, although really, let's be honest, they're lacrosse and football players. They're lacrosse guys first, playing football. Seal a little bit of the difference as a soccer standout, and what a great run the Trojans had there as well. Reaching the county final, they technically share that title because they did not go to PKs. So after a scoreless game with Great Neck North, it's a shared title. That's a fired pass. Tough one as well. Scooped up well by the Dailers, but right back comes Seal. It was Lorenzo Ramos who got the GB, but then the Dailers lost possession, and it stays again here with Garden City with under 6 to play in this second quarter. It's It's been 5 straight goals for the Trojans after falling behind 1-0. Downey from X. Oh, and what a goal by Downey! Downey went down low. His second of the game, an unassisted one. And you can't really fault Ramos, right? He's all over him. Look at 50, defending as good as you like, but again, that long reach by Downey providing the difference. He's now got 3 goals on the season. The lead is now 6-1. And back to the faceoff X. It's Cascadin back there for Garden City. And he gets another win. 7 of 9 unofficially. We'll get the official numbers from Cole Weber at halftime. Weber, a standout sophomore, would be a starting close D-man, but one of those banged up from the football season. So as he gets healthy, he's in the booth across our way and working the scorebook for the Trojans. We thank him as well for his help, not just today, but as well as on Friday when he provided those stats for us in that game against Port Washington. Cascadin, good first step, quick dodge, now a little bit more movement here for the Trojans. Fennell step down, shot bounces wide. The backup by Connolly was there. Another look. Good switch. And how about that job, too, by Fennell, just lifting the stick of Jordan Smeichel out of the way before that bouncer went wide. Downey has a bit of the hot hand now. Spins. Look at a reach as well by Downey. Goes low again. This one off the pipe. Seal tries to get the GB. It's not there. It's picked up. A big one by Bolello. And here come the Dalers the other way. 4 minutes left. They need a goal in the worst way. It's been a long time. That first goal came early, or their only goal came early in the first quarter. Since then, it's been 6 straight for Garden City. And there's Chaccio. Colton Becker back out top to Tommy Decker. So you've got Becker and Decker out there. And that's Tom Decker right now. He's got the goal. Tries to spin on the pole. Hands it off to X. Little 2-man game played there. As we approach 3 minutes left, Becker hands off. And they'll reverse things to the far side to Decker. Gets the ball to his right. Back up top. Good defense by the Trojans. Chaccio will try. And Archer just keeps him in front of him. Not a lot of movement right now, just a lot of dodging. Nothing off ball, it seems like, right now for the Dalers. Chaccio up top. Tries to beat his man. That shot was saved by Quinn. Good looking save by Quinn, his third of the game. Here's another look. Chaccio with the opportunity, and Quinn makes the save. Another shot and another save by Quinn. This one long distance. He saw it the entire way from Chaccio. And with 2 minutes left, Garden City could really put the hammer down on the Dalers here. Perhaps have a 6-goal lead into the second half. They work it down to this near side now. Goal line extended. Connolly looks for options. He's pulled by Bolello. Connolly switches. Sidearm shot and a goal. It's Archer. And it's all Garden City. Pierce Archer's first goal of the year has given the Trojans a 7-1 lead. Here's the look again. Connolly. Nice pass. And there's a sidearm effort. So Connolly gets the assist. We're now up to 7 unanswered for the Trojans. 1:23 left in this dominant first half for Garden City. And another face-off win. Get out of the way. Here's Cascadin. That shot blocked in front. Eight of 10. Now, again, that's not all Cascadin's numbers. We've seen a mix of Cascadin and Menudo as well. There's Biscardi. And a timeout by Mike Hungerford. And while Fennell is a grad of Garden City, same true as of Mike Hungerford. There you see him in the black with the white underneath. Hungerford is in his 5th season as the head coach of the Dalers, in 1986. Graduate of Farmingdale. There you see him in the pregame. Assistant coaches John Campbell, a 1983 graduate as well. Eric Dunn and Kenny Garcia. Garcia works with the face-off guys, but Hungerford certainly has a lot of belief in his team this year. Says there's not one dominant team in Conference A. There's not a team that has no flaws. He says we have them, certainly, but the same is true of Massapequa and Syosset. Now, Port Washington, they're going to throw their foot in as well, and we saw what they did in that opening season win here at Garden City. So they're a team to be reckoned with, but generally it's been those three, Syosset, Massapequa, and Farmingdale, in whatever order you want to throw them in. Massapequa, the defending county and state champions, and they've defeated Syosset in back-to-back title games. The Dalers trying to take that next step. They thought they would a year ago. They had an excellent team, certainly one that Hungerford thought was a county contender. And again, the pandemic cut that short. But he's got a lot of hope in this team, and certainly they're not out of this one yet. But a goal here to close out the first half would do wonders, certainly for their psyche right now. 43 seconds left. They work at goal line extended. Quick ball movement, and that pass over Becker, and he'll be unable to get it. So an unforced turnover for the Dalers, and Garden City's got 30 seconds, and they've got Archer. Archer! 2 goals for Pierce Archer. Back-to-back goes one of the captains of Garden City. That comes immediately after the turnover. Watch Archer. Just ahead of steam. Gets ahead of everybody and then buries that shot. 8-1 Garden City. And really, there's still plenty of time left here as well. 25.8 left. So if Cascadin can get a clean win here, you got to think the Trojans could go again. That is some effort at the face-off X. The wings get involved. Ground ball scooped up. Still loose. Cascadin looks for it. It goes to the Dalers, and it comes right back. Can they get a final shot off? They do, but Seaman makes the save. What a big save for Seaman as Staub. We almost had our pole goal. Staub is robbed by Seaman, his second save of the first half. It was a first half dominated by Garden City. They fell behind early, 1-0, and they reeled off 8 consecutive goals. 8-1 is your score. Garden City with the lead. We'll take a break. We'll pay some bills, and we'll have some first half highlights and stats when we return. You're watching this League One crossover showdown on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Varsity Media is the tri-state area's leader in sports media production. We specialize in live streaming.
Gargiulo over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. And Ciolino. See you later. Touchdown, Massapequa.
Videography. And photography. Covering all sports at all levels. We feature aerial photography and videography, college recruiting videos, live streaming of games.
Top of the key, Smith. Why not? Wow. Bang. McKee, first down and more. Charlie McKee. Touchdown, Oceanside.
School events, graduations. Varsity Media is available to cover a game, a tournament, a season, or any special event.
Talk to us a little bit about what went through your mind, how you prepared for that to run such a fast speed.
Currently, spectators are limited at events. Let Varsity Media bring the event to your fans. Contact Varsity Media today for more information. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone
516-403-2050.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Now is the time to promote your business on our broadcasts.
Now Farmingdale will fire and find the back of the net.
Top of the key, 4-3, good.
With viewership in the thousands, your company will get the local attention it needs. Best of all, we offer affordable rates. High school sports online audiences are growing. Take advantage by advertising with Varsity Media.
Hands off, three-point shot is up and in. You back them back 3 yards, it doesn't matter. Touchdown, Freeport.
Contact us today, 516-403-2050, varsitymedia.net.
We welcome you back to Warren King Field. How about that look of the sky overhead? That's picturesque, right? And it's been a picturesque first half as well for Garden City. They bounced back from a 1-0 early deficit, and they lead this one 8-1. Here's some of your first half stats. You see the saves. 3 saves for Seaman. Quinn with 7. Ground balls have been a big factor here as well as faceoffs. 8-2 in faceoffs, 12-3 in ground balls. You put those numbers together, that means a lot of possessions, and Garden City's capitalized on those. They also have an 18-10 shot advantage as well. When you look at goal scorers in that first half, 2 apiece for Jack Downey and Pierce Archer. That's 4 of your 8, so they've led the way to this point for Garden City. And this the second Garden City broadcast we have for you. We've got another one coming up as well, and we mentioned it before. Here is the rest of not the season. Don't get worried. This is just coming up for the end of this week. You see here we've got that other matchup today, Syosset and Cary, and then we've got Port as well playing. I'll have the call of that Cold Spring Harbor Syosset game, and then the granddaddy of them all, the 135th installment of the Woodstick Classic, Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock, right here at Garden City and right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Second half face-off, it's Menudo. Pushes it backwards, but it's the Dalers winning this opening face-off of the third quarter, but Archer comes away with the ball again. Loose ball picked up, and here come the Dalers, desperate for a good start of this third quarter. They had a good start of the first quarter, and they got a goal from Tommy Decker, but it's been 8 unanswered by Garden City to this point. We showed you as well in those stats, the stats provided, by the way, by Cole Weber. We thank him again for that. 0 for 1 on that man-up opportunity for Garden City, so that's the only man-up for either team. There you see Becker working a 2-man game with Decker. Decker at X spins from his pole, looks for options, step down, and that's going to be a penalty. Never did get that shot off. So first opportunity with the extra man for the Dalers. It'll be a 1-minute slash. We should have a good look at it here. Watch the slash come. I think it was right there, but they've got 24 on the board for Garden City, and we don't have a 24 on our stat sheet. So it's a 1-minute penalty regardless. First man up opportunity for the Dalers. Garden City 0 for 1 with the extra man to this point. Goal line extended. Woodland, oh, what a pass! And the layup. Decker gets the goal. Woodland the assist. And they get the man-up goal. So Decker's second. Look at this assist, too, by Woodland. What a good-looking one. Two-man game behind the net. And Decker, what a cut as well to the cage. His second of the game. His fifth of the season. You give Woodland the assist, his sixth of the year. The man-up goal has pulled Farmingdale to within 8-2. Back we go. Another face-off win for Garden City. James Costello looks for options. Oh, and a yard sale. Schmeichel forced the ball out, but will go the other way. It's offside on the Dalers. 7 men in the attacking side of the field. That's one too many. Although we'll have the conversation here among the officials. So will this actually go the other way? And it will. So Farmingdale gets the ball. Thought they were offside, but apparently not. So after snapping an 8-goal run by Garden City, the Dalers scored on the man up, and now they've got the ball right back. It's Chaccio up top. Chaccio puts the shoulder down, backs up. He wears the famed number 40 for Farmingdale. Chaccio low to high. I think Archer impacted that shot. Of course, 40 in honor of John Krummenacher, the football coach, Buddy Krummenacher's brother. A standout at Farmingdale, was one of the greatest to play at Johns Hopkins, a 4-time All-American there. Bouncer, saved by Quinn in front. And that will be an infraction against Decker. A delayed penalty. As Garden City goes the other way, Fennell using that strength, switches hands, bouncer far post, wide. And again, we'll have a penalty here against Farmingdale. It will be Decker to go in. So second man up opportunity. It's a cross check against Decker. Another 1-minute penalty. So GC looking to get their first man up goal. And extend their lead. It's Seal. Connolly. And they'll work it behind the cage. Quick ball movement around the perimeter. Good ball movement and good movement off ball as well. Seal the pass. Gets it back. Step down. Oh, what a save by Seaman. And now the Dalers look to clear. Pumping the brakes. Switching fields. Capacati. Great job. He'll step in as well. And 13 seconds left. He'll just get it back to Chaccio. And mission accomplished for Farmingdale there. They'll kill off this man down situation as Decker comes back on. And he'll get the ball back. Plays catch with Chaccio. Tommy Decker gets high marks from Hungerford. Believes he's one of the best attacking players in Nassau County. There he is. Low shot, and Quinn equal to the task. Another save by Quinn. A loose ball picked up. Some sloppy play there by the Trojans as the sun begins to shine here at Garden City. Chaccio Credit Bolello there, the pull with the ground ball. And stepping back is DeCarlo. He was recruited pretty well on the D3 level. Cortland, Geneseo, Cabrini were all in on him. He's a tough cover, plays a little bit different than other guys. He sees the field well, does number 32. He's athletic, fast, shifty, and lefty. Hands off, Chaccio. Woodland can't corral that ball. Capicati, hands off, Decker. Bouncer, far post, went wide. Ooh, we've got a flag. So this one against Archer, you see it there, that late hit. So Garden City fresh off, or Farmingdale, fresh off scoring a man-up goal. They've got another opportunity here. And there's Woodland. Up top, Kyle Wilson. He'll play man up. .40 seconds left. Man up. Wilson to Chaccio. Now there's a lot of movement. Low shot and a goal. No, off the side netting. Decker thought he had his third. We saw that ripple of the net, but it was the side netting. The Dailers were that close to another man-up goal. This time instead it'll be the clear. And GC will get that clear as Fennell has it. 5 seconds left on the man-up. And that'll do it for the penalty. So 1 for 2. Is Farmingdale with the man up. 0 for 2, Garden City. Cross crease pass. Oh, and somehow it's picked up. And the goal is scored. Talk about a tough goal. It is Connolly with the goal. And watch this again. Connolly, you see him in front. He'll emerge here at the back post. There he comes. And just a little scoop. And he gets the push inside as well, but the goal will count. 9-2. Connolly with the goal. His second of the game. Face-off win goes to Farmingdale. The Dailers can't afford to trade goals at this point. They need to make a run like Garden City did in that first half to slice into this deficit. And another flag. And this against Garden City. So a delayed penalty here. It goes to Chaccio. Chaccio, the heart and soul of this Farmingdale team. There's Decker, pulled, switches hands. The help came for a second from Fennell. Decker backs out of it. His low shot was wide, and Farmingdale wanting a second infraction, perhaps. They're not going to get that one. Yeah, it looks like that was a high slash, right? Was that Fennell? It was. So He'll go into the box, Stevie Fennell. And the Dalers look to, or they hope to tack on another man-up goal. They're 1 for 2 with the extra man today. Wilson backs it up to Woodland, Wilson, Chaccio. Chaccio! From distance! Chaccio, the man-up goal. Second man-up goal in the second half for the Dalers. And Chaccio dials it up from long distance. You see the pass. You're not going to come out and play him. Chaccio says, I'm going to bury it here from deep. His first goal of the game and second of the season. 9-3, the lead for Garden City. Chaccio gets it to Seal. And, they had Seaman off his line. Nearly resulted in a wild goal. Here you see again just a scoop, and Seal looks up, sees a wide open net, figured why not. It doesn't hurt. It was a shot attempt, so the possession stays with Garden City. Little pick and pop. Ball on the ground. Lefty rip. And Seaman's there for the save. Fourth save of the game for Danny Seaman. And maybe momentum now shifting to the Dalers. Lorenzo Ramos. Crossfield pass. Can they keep it in? They do, but nobody there to pick up that ball except for Brendan Staub. Staub nearly had a pole goal earlier on. He has an assist. That's another save by Seaman. Ground ball picked up by Garden City. Staub looks for options, goes back to Seal. Double team comes, and a timeout is called by Garden City. That was a close one. We'll take the timeout with them as well. 2:14 left, third quarter. Garden City leads Farmingdale 9-3. You're watching this League One crossover matchup on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Varsity Media is available to broadcast your team's big event. Rivalry game,
Off the screen. 3 ball is good.
senior night. Whatever the occasion, we enhance the viewing experience with our productions. Don't settle for a boring stream. Call today for more information about our services. 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Welcome back to Garden City. There's a good look at the defensive front for the Dalers, and you see Danny Seaman, 99, in the cage. Our impact player, hard-working, plays high-level club lacrosse as well. His first start was game 1 of this year, and again, he probably would have been in the mix a year ago, but the pandemic cut that short. One of the better goalies on Long Island, very talented. He's good in close. He's good at stealing goals and distributing as well. And he follows up that rich tradition of great goalies for Farmingdale. Of course, remember a few years ago, Mike DeLuca, another one to wear that famed number 40, went on to play at Delaware. We just saw Delaware in the CAA tournament lose to Hofstra. Hofstra then lost to Drexel, and Drexel in the big dance, or the abbreviated dance, 16-team field for the NCAA Division I tournament, which gets started I believe in the weekend. Should be a lot of fun. A lot of Long Island representation. That shot was wide by Connolly. The backup was there. When you look at all those programs, Maryland and Carolina and Duke, all with someone from the island as one of your better players. Seaman again. Another save. It's loose on the crease. And he scoops it up. So Seaman stepping up his game in this second half. He now has 5 saves. But the Trojans, the Dalers have to clear. Woodland with a hit, but Staub gets the ground ball. So a failed clearance for the Dalers, but they get it right back. There's Smeichel. Smeichel, the football standout. Steps around. Crazy athletic is Jordan Smeichel. And again, sloppy with the ball. Good job by Biscardi just to hold on to it. And now they need some crisp ball movement. Smeichel comes out, Ciaccio on. Ciaccio surveys the situation. 14 seconds left. He's got to go quick. He took that quick glance at the clock. 9 seconds. Decker off the screen. Decker draws the double. Decker still spinning. He's eaten up by the Trojans D. Ground ball, not to be had. Some extra pushing and shoving. We love it. But that's the end of the third quarter. Farmingdale trying to fight back. They trail Garden City 9-3. You're watching this League One crossover matchup on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Now is the time to promote your business on our broadcasts.
Now Farmingdale will fire and find the back of the net.
Top of the key, 4-3, good.
With viewership in the thousands, your company will get the local attention it needs. Best of all, we offer affordable rates. High school sports online audiences are growing. Take advantage by advertising with Varsity Media.
Hands off, 3-point shot is up and in. You back him back 3 yards, it doesn't matter. Touchdown, Freeport.
Contact us today, 516-403-2050, varsitymedia.net.
We welcome you back. The sun is out here at Warren King Field, and the Trojans looking to bask in that sunlight and finish off this game and even their record at 1-1. This one of 2 games right now simultaneous on the Varsity Media Sports Network. We've got Cary and Syosset happening as well. The great Matt Shortis on the call for that one. We'll show you after, when we get a chance, at our next stoppage, our slate of games. And we promise you, too, what you'll see here, as they called movement on Menudo, so the face-off win for Garden City. What we'll show you on that graphic is not the end of our broadcast season. We've still got plenty to go, already getting confirmations for next week and beyond. So a lot of lacrosse to be seen here in the Varsity Media Sports Network. We thank you for watching here. And we also remind you, subscribe to us, follow us on social media to find out where we will be, as our coverage will extend throughout the end of this regular season into the playoffs and throughout Long Island as well. Dalers need some quick offense. They go goal line extended. Quinn goes down low and makes the save at near post. Lost it for a second. Recovered, though, in time. Quickly. Fennell! Oh! Is there a hole in the back of that net? Fennell fires one. And it's 10-3, Garden City. Watch Fennell. Just, you're going to give him the space, he's going to bury it. All the time in the world. So for Fennell, that is goal number 1 on the varsity level. Stevie Fennell, a sophomore, two-handed player, can play both ends of the field. A good two-way midi. Right now he's in that second midfield line. Face-off win for Garden City. The face-offs have evened out a little more in the second half, but the score has not. 7-goal lead. And again, so much of that comes from that 8-goal run in the first half by the Trojans. You see Connolly backing up, going against Bolello. Spins behind the cage. The double comes, bounces it back out top. Back down low, step down, turnaround shot. That was wide by O'Connor. Downey looking to shield himself from Lembo's wax. And there's Cascadin. Look at that quick first step. Cascadin, one of the best overall athletes in the football field this early spring. Tomahawk chance by Downey goes wide and out. Engelke gets backed up. Oh, and he hits the bar. Engelke beat his man. The double came, and then just put his shot off the pipe. Here's another look. Watch Engelke. A little stutter step, a little juke, and a whole lot of pipe there. Interior pass picked off by Seaman. And again, it's not like a super aggressive ride by Garden City, but they're making Farmingdale pass with the poles, and they've had difficulties in this game clearing. There's another chance. So they can pass it between poles, but that pass into the secondary or the second portion of the field has been a struggle for the Dalers. Biscardi being pushed back. One of those guys, 18, Biscardi, who is leaving the field now, who's really, really hurt by not having the experience of playing a year ago. Probably would have gotten himself recruited, and he's a senior now, so this is his last chance. Chaccio right into the stick of Quinn. Quinn saw that one the whole way. His second save of this fourth quarter. Ball on the turf. It's loose. It's scooped up. It's loose again. And here comes Farmingdale. That's Bolello. Bolello. Oh, what a move. Bolello! That was with a long pole. Watch this stick work by Bolello. Whoop! And then that low shot. Becker behind the cage. Flag down. We'll have a slash. Turns around! And Becker scores! That's Becker's 5th goal of the year, first of the game. That's where the flag came. And Becker turns and goes over far post. So the penalty still is on the board. That'll be a slash. So good chance here for the Dalers. They're down by 6, but another man-up opportunity. Which puts even added emphasis now at this faceoff. Oh, and a big win for Cascadon. Clean win for Cascadon. He'll go behind the cage and work it back where he's got the pole in Costello. 35 seconds left on the man up for Farmingdale. So clearly Garden City just looking to not only milk this man down, but also the time on the game clock with this 6-goal lead. Oh, and he's got a lane, an opportunity for Archer. Looking for his 3rd goal of the game and of the season. He's got it back now. 12 seconds left on this man down. Archer will now not be in a hurry. Gets it back. 2-1. Penalty is up. Another kill for Garden City as Connolly works from X. Back up top for O'Connor. O'Connor, another one of those captains, lefty. Really good shooter. Good dodger as well to Fennell. Fennell has his first varsity goal here in the second half. As Garden City looking to bounce back off that season-opening 11-8 loss to Port Washington. Pipe again. Ball stays with Garden City. Connolly back up top. Step down, and there's a goal. Downey. His second of the game. And that for the Dalers has got to be just so demoralizing, right? Because you've had the man-up opportunity and you lose the ball and then you concede a goal, and it's now 11-4. Menudo with the win. And there's big Jack Downey. Another coming off a big football season. He's not, Garden City's not a team that's throwing the ball a lot, but he did a really good job, made some big catches and some big blocks as well, was a backup free safety on defense. He's really kind of coming into his own. Big attackman at 6'6". Good leadership as well. And there's Downey surveying the situation from X. Downey cut to the cage. He goes back up top. Sidearm shot. Oh, good save by Seaman. Ground ball. Who wants it? And it's picked up by Tomaso Ramos. And now Ramos crosses midfield, and the Dalers, with 5 minutes left, they're down 11-4. Another look now at this Seaman save. It was a good one. Seaman's been tested, certainly. 6 saves in this one. His counterpart, we focus on the goalies before the game, and they both come up big. 9 saves for Quinn. Time, though, not on the Dalers' side. 4:30 to go in the fourth quarter. They need a comeback of epic proportions. Becker behind the cage. Oh, he gets past his man. The recovery is there, though, and Becker's got to go back out to Decker. Up top to Chaccio. Switches hands. Chaccio shot is saved by Quinn. Look at that distribution, too. What a pass from the cage out to Archer. Great job by Quinn and Archer. And now again, with no shot clock in the high school game, Garden City, until there's a potential stall warning, can certainly milk a lot of this remaining clock. It's Fennell from X. Looks for options. Kicks it out to this near side. Little two-man game going from behind the cage. Great job intercepting that pass. Bolello pumps the brakes, and a timeout is called by Farmingdale. We'll take it with them as well. 3:13 left in the fourth quarter. Garden City leaves Farmingdale 11-4. You're watching this League One crossover matchup on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Varsity Media is available to broadcast your team's big event. Rivalry game,
Off the screen. 3-ball is good.
senior night. Whatever the occasion, we enhance the viewing experience with our productions. Don't settle for a boring stream. Call today for more information about our services. 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
We welcome you back to Garden City. Dylan Butler here on the Varsity Media Sports Network, and that is some of our upcoming games. You see the two that we have here today. Another double dip on Friday. I'll be out at Cold Spring Harbor as Syosset in Cold Spring Harbor lock horns, and then there you see again Saturday the 135th installment of the Woodstick Classic. Now, a lot of times, especially when these two teams were the two best in Conference B, you'd have at least two matchups between the Woodstick rivals. You'd have the one regular season game and then one of the playoffs as well. Not the case this year. Manhasset is in Class C, so they'll battle with Cold Spring Harbor and Locust Valley and teams like that, although Keith Cromwell's side certainly a strong favorite in Class C. So it's only one Woodstick Classic, and it should be a great one as well. Manhasset leads that overall series 75-61, a rivalry born in 1935, played every year since except for last year when the pandemic cut that short. But the two teams, two rich traditions on the lacrosse field, two communities that love their athletics, will be back again to battle Saturday afternoon right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. We had the girls' version of that matchup with Manhasset beating Garden City there on the girls' side. Manhasset bouncing back from that loss to Wantagh. Then Wantagh loses to Southside. Southside's undefeated on the girls' game. Another flag comes down. And that maybe is one thing, and there's always something that a coach will be upset about. And I think this parade of penalties, is that in? It's a goal. That ball went crossbar down, and it was again on the delayed penalty as Garden City kind of shooting themselves in the foot. There you see the replay again. You could see the ask there by Ryan Woodland. Can we see it again? Watch. Woodland, bar down. You could see it went on the inside netting. Of course, Quinn's going to say no, it was not, but it was a goal. So Woodland gets the goal. Here you see it again. That was the flag, actually. So the infraction against Staub, a 1-minute penalty. So Woodland gets the goal and 2:10 left. And again, the importance to this face-off and going quickly was Menudo. So a chance here for Farmingdale. And that shot went off the pipe. Certainly, we expect the Dalers to move this ball quickly. They don't have time on their side. There's Woodland. You giving him space? Oh, what a save by Quinn. Ground ball picked up. Woodland chases. It stays with Garden City. Costello hammered. Oh, what a big hit there by Decker. 1:30 left. Decker, wide of the far post. 14 seconds left on the man up. 1:24 left in the game. Farmingdale trying to mount a monumental comeback. Woodland fakes. Chaccio, low shot. Staub. Quinn got down for it. Race for the ball in Garden City. How about the hustle there? You win the race. The penalty is up. And now you're 1 minute away from evening your record at 1. Ball goes out of play. So Farmingdale will look to at least get another goal. Behind the back, why not? Woodland having a day. His team will not likely win, but Woodland showing why he is mentioned in such high regard. Woodland with back-to-back goals here in the fourth quarter. He now has 7 on the year. And when you mention names like lefty attackers, and you've got Sal Tuttle and Corey Hendrickson as part of that state championship team in 2011 as your measurables or comparables, then that's a very high praise for Ryan Woodland. 44 seconds left. Off the face-off. Smichael went flying in. He gets up slowly, pushing and not really shoving, but kind of pushing there. Smichael gets in. Nearly a yard sale. That's a heck of a job just to hold on to the ball there. As we see some reserves in for both sides. That was Owen Quinn, the senior defenseman. 10 seconds left. Bilello battles. There's a slash, another one. Smichael comes away from Ryan Mayer. And that will be the final horn. So Garden City responds from an early deficit, from a loss in their season opener, and they win this one 11-6. So the response, a positive one by Garden City, in a game that, when you look again at their upcoming schedule, they really kind of needed, because they go to Massapequa Wednesday, they've got the Woodstick against Manhasset on Saturday, and then next Tuesday they're home against Syosset. So just murderer's row there for the Trojans. So a much-needed win for Garden City. They even their record at 1-1. And Farmingdale suffers their first defeat of the season. They fall to 2-1. They've got some winnable games ahead of them with Herricks and Wheatley. And then they're at Southside next Tuesday, which should be a good game as well. But the Dalers dropped to 2-1 on the season. So that just about wraps things up for us. Again, final score 11-6 in favor of Garden City. For Rick Roberts and Matt McCower Brown on the cameras, the mayor of Seaford, Nick Louisi, directing. I'm Dylan Butler, again thanking you for joining us from Warren King Field on the campus of Garden City. We will see you again on Friday for a lacrosse doubleheader. I'll be out at Cold Spring Harbor as they take on Syosset. We thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again on Friday.